Assalamualaikum and good evening, everybody. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Associate Professor Dr. Fauziah Binti Muhammad Saad. Okay, let me ask you one simple question. How many of you go to work every day feeling physical present but mentally exhausted? This is the reality in many workplaces today. Employees are not just dealing with workload, but emotional pressure, stress, and silent struggle. That is where the role of the counselor become not just important, but existential. Today, I would like to talk about the role of counselors in employee mental well-being, approach and interventions in the workplace. Okay, introduction. Mental well-being is increasingly critical in today's workplace. Employees face rising stress, burnout, and work-life imbalance. And then secondly, poor mental health affect both individual and organizational. Counselors play a vital role in supporting well-being and performance. Okay, mental well-being is not just personal; it is organizational priority. Role, importance, and impact. Role. First, provided emotional and psychological support, and then assist employee in managing stress and workplace challenge, and then deliver early intervention and crisis support. Important. Why is very important? Important because it enhances productivity and job satisfaction, and then reduce burnout and workplace conflict. And thirdly, promote a supportive work environment. And what is the impact? The impact is employee improve well-being, resilient and focus. Okay, organization higher productivity, reduce absenteeism, and strong teamwork. Importance of mental health. Okay, first, productivity. Employees with good mental well-being are more focused, efficient, and able to complete their tasks effectively. And then they make better decisions and maintain consistent performance. And secondly, is about engagement. Mentally healthy employees are more motivated, committed, and actively involved in their work. And thirdly, workplace relationship. Positive mental health improves communication, trust, and teamwork. And lastly, retentions. Okay, employees who feel supported are more likely to stay, reducing turnover and increasing loyalty. So these elements are the interconnected that improve mental well-being, leads to better organization performance. So core role of counselor. I'm a counselor. I'm already 13 years in the job. Okay. So what is important? The role of counselor. Firstly, is about emotion support. Emotion support provide a safe and confidentiality space for employees to express their feelings without judgment. Secondly, crisis intervention. So counselor role provide immediate support critical station to stabilize emotion and prevent harm. Thirdly, guidance and coping. So provide a safe, confidential space for employee to express their feelings without judgment. Okay, and lastly, behavior change. Help employees identity unhealthy patterns and develop more to positive behaviors. So counselor not only support employee emotionally, but also empower them to function more effectively. So what is the key of functions? First, assessments. The tools that counselor use are assessment. As why assessment is identify and evaluate employees' emotion, psychological and behavior issue. And secondly, prevention. Implement early support and awareness program. And thirdly is about intervention. Intervention provide appropriate strategies and counseling support. And lastly is advocacy. Promote mental health awareness and a supportive work environment. So this function ensure mental health is addressed at both individual and organizational level. As a counselor, what is the approach that we use? First, CBT. CBT is short for cognitive behavior therapy. CBT focus on identifying and changing negative thought and behavior. Secondly, PCC, or we call it person-centered approach. So PCC emphasizes about empathy, about trust, about unconditional positive regard. The third approach is solution-focused approach. Focus on strength and practically solution. And lastly is about mindfulness-based approach. It encourage present moment awareness and emotional regulation. So this approach provide flexible and effective support based on the employee's need. So what is workplace interventions? First is like individual counseling. So provide one-to-one support in a confidential setting. Secondly, group session. Group session is allow employee to share experience and gain peer support. And thirdly, crisis support. Crisis support provide immediate intervention during critical situation. And the fourth workplace intervention is about workshop. So workshop focus on stress management, resilience, communication, and work-life balance. And lastly, employee assistance program, EAP, offer confidential and professional support services. These interventions ensure support at individual, at group, and the organizational levels. So the conclusion, mental health is not only on individual concern, but an organizational responsibility. Investing in mental well-being ensure long-term sustainability and performance. And I would like to share with you something. Okay, for my last say, do more on what makes you happy. Okay, do things that make you happy, and you must love yourself. Thank you.